Hello friends and hello student. In this session we learn the C++ program structure, or we can say that section of C++ program. So let us start. First I share my laptop screen and here fix the position so you can watch better way. Here turbo C++, I just double click and then it now process and now it's open, and Alt F that take file, new file we have to take, and here our concept structure mm, structure of C++ program structure, or sometimes you can confuse because structure is a user defined data type, so we can say that section of section of C++ programs. So sometimes student in theory point that we can say that explain the structure of C++ program. So that write the about the structure data type. That structure is a user defined data type. But here we can discuss the program structure. So here I use second way convey to your message, that is a section of C++ program, not the structure of that user defined data type. So here we can understand how many sections of C++ program. So there are in C language there are 6 sections. I just give you the name. The first is a document section, then link section, then definition section, then global declaration section, then main function section, and at the last that is a user defined function or sub programming section. So in we can consider in a C++ section and C section, so that is a reverse. Here is a first we have to declare the include files, then class declaration, then member function definition, and at the last that is a main function. So that is a, we can say that C is a, we can say that top to down programming style or paradigm. We can say that that word use paradigm. So that structure or section. So C is a 6 section and C++ is a only 4 section, and C++ is a paradigm or programming structure style is a bottom to top. So main is a last, and class and that member function definition is the above the main. So here we can start the first section, and that is a include files. Okay, so here we can include as string dot h io stream input output stream is collection of bytes, and then we can include ponyo.h. Yes, and now we can directly here class keyword. Class is a user defined data type. Class is a collection of data member and function that is known as a class. So here we can declare the student, so that is a syntax class, and then class name, then opening closing brace, that is a require, and here we can give the first, there are 3 visibility mode: public, private, and protect. So by default class member is a private, and by default structure member is a public. So that is a difference between class and structure. Both are user defined data type, but in a structure of C++, that is a, you can also define the member, but that member is a default is a public scope, and here is a private scope. So here we can declare our member, and that's the roll number. We can define the student mark sheet. So here we can take like subject 1 and subject. You can give also subject like C++, like Java, Oracle, whatever. And then total. Okay, so there is 4 integer variable, and character name. We have to define the student name in character 1D array. In C++ also not string and boolean data type like in C language. So here we can inbuilt character and derive array 1D array, that is to combine the data type, that is a derived data type, and that is inbuilt. Okay, and now float we can take percentage, yes, and all are that private. So private member only accessed by public of member of that class. So here by default scope is a private, so that is a write. If we not write, that is also possible. So here we can write like here I just show you. Here we can write like private, so that, and colon sign, that syntax. If you not write that, by default is a private scope, so we cannot write. And after we can write the public section, so otherwise that class is not handled, all our private is there. So here we can define our void and member function, like put, or first we can get data, so we can scan that our data, and we can say that calculate data, and then last we can say that put or print show data, that type of name we have to give. So that is a class, and that after that is a we can say that in function, like in our user defined, so that is a member of class, and that is a semicolon. And after we can declare, that is a second include file, and that class declaration, now member function definition, and then syntax is first that we can take like return data type. So here is a return data type is a void, and then class name, the student is a class name, and then double colon, that is known as a scope resolution operator in C++, scope resolution operator, and then member function name. So get data is our member function now. So that is a label that is identified, that is this get data is a whole this class, that is a label ship, like we can say that that is a identification of that get data. If two class and that same name, but that is solved by that class name, that function is that class. So that is a definition of member function. So here we can scan, like enter student roll number, so we can get the student roll number from user, and see in and see out. So here we can scan roll number, and I just copy and paste 4 times, because we can scan student roll number, name, and subject mark, and other we can calculate. So here you can scan the name, yes, and then enter the first subject marks. Okay, so that type of message. So first subject, or you can write the subject 1 2, or give the C++ Java Oracle C subject name also give. Then second subject marks. Okay, so that type of message, and here can change, yes, in that sub1, because that the public function handle the private member of that class, and that is finished. Okay, now second same syntax, return type void, class name stud, and then cal data, that is our second data member function name, and just we have to calculate our total and percentage, just only 2 line coding. So total equal to subject 1 plus subject 2, that is finished, and percentage we have to total divide by 2, and here you can see both are integer, so that is a not taking float, so we can type casting, so there is possibility we can directly 2.0, and also possibility we can here plot in the, like in C++ notation, we can give the data type in parentheses, so that is a type casting. And first I save this file, so we can say that mark sheet of MS, just C++ is extension. And now our third data member function, and that's the, we can say that void student, yes, same scope resolution, and put data, so that is a put means print, so we can just only one class. After that we can take the object of a class variable, that is known as object, and also known as a runtime entity, that is known as an object. So object is a, we can say that class is a collection of object, we can say that as also definition of class. And here we can just print with a heading like roll number, and that's value like RNO, and then we can provide one blank, or we can say that handle, that is a manipulator, and then we can give the name of student, and then that value like that is a 1D array name, and then we further give the handle, and then heading, that is a subject, yes, subject one, can say that subject one, marks, yes, and then that sub one, yes, and then we can give the handle is new line, yes, and only we can use one cout, we can also more than one, and then uh, subject to marks, yes, and then print subject to, then again give handle, that is new line, and then total, yes, heading total, and then print total dot, that is our variable name, then handle, yes, and then we can give the percentage heading, and then last we have to print percentage. So that is only one student mark sheet. Okay, let us check any problem. Roll number, handle, name, heading, yes, then subject, that mark, then handle, subject to, and that variable handle, then new line, and total, and handle, and percentage, yes. So no, there is no any problem. Yes, now at last, so there are third section we have to complete. First, we can complete link section. Then we can define the second section of C++. That is a class declaration. That is a just idea how to class declaration. By default, that is a private member, and private member handled by the public member of that class. And then member function definition, that is a syntax, return data type, class name, scope resolution operator, and member function name, and opening and closing, that is a definition of member, same as all. And now at last section, and that is our main, and we can just not take here any logic, we can define our s1, that is an object, that known as a object. So class variable, that is known as an object. Okay, and before we can clear the screen, yes, and then we can call just first cal data, that is a syntax, object name dot, that is a operator, and then that member function name, then cal data, yes, and last s1, that put data, so sequence we have to view, then last is get cs. So our main is a very no any more line to logic, or we can say that just we have to call our member function using the object. So class variable, that is known as an object, runtime entity, that is known as an object, and class is a user defined data type. Class is a collection of data member and member function, that is known as a class, and you can also that class is a collection of object, so that is also definition of class. So that is a help, and we can just see here, I show you. So yes, yes, what you can take here, IO stream. Yes, so that is a stream, that collection IO stream.h, I stream and O stream. That superclass is iOS, and I stream, that is a object scene, and O stream, that is object of cout. So you can also watch in help library. So I just show you, and now we can compile. Yes, any error? No. Let us take. So that is our get data is run. We can scan our roll number, name, to subject mark, give any, yes, so, and that print our mark sheets, roll number, name, to subject mark, and total and percentage. So that is a about structure of C++ program. Okay, so now in we can give second time run, because percentage is not taking the float value, so we can give like here any name, again I give and here like give some. So yes, now is a percentage float value is print. So previously we can that total is a not getting that percentage after the decimal point, so that is a run, and I just repeat what is I can do. So structure of C++ program is a, or you can say that section of C++ program. So there are four sections, that is a include file, or we can say that link section in C language. So here include files. So our include IO stream and console input our console conio.h header file. Then class definition, or we can say that class declaration, not definition. So class is a keyword, class is a user defined data type, class is a collection of that data member and member function, that is a member function. So that is a collection of, and that's default scope is a private. There are three visibility mode, that is known as a visibility mode: private, public, and protect. Protect specifically used in inheritance, so we cannot discuss here. And you can any sequence, like you first give the private, then public, by default is a private, public after private, and then public protect. There is no limitation. That is known, three keyword is a visibility mode. So class is a collection of object, we can say that class is a collection of object. And then third section, that is a member function definition. That's, so first we can take here that return data type, yes, that syntax return data type, then class name, scope, that two colon sign, that known as a you can say that scope resolution operator. And here is also used after visibility, but here single, that colon sign. So that is also part of the syntax. And semicolon terminate with the class, so that is also important. There is two here colon and semicolon, that class syntax is over. And then get data, that is our name, so return data type, class name, scope resolution, and that member function name. And then definition, that body part, we can say that is a all, we can scan our 4 roll number, name, or 2 subject mark. So that is a definition or body part of member function. Same as cal data, put data. And cal means calculate, total and percentage. We can find here typecasting use. So that is a C++ typecasting. If that C is typecasting, like look here, we can also use that typecasting of C. So that time we can give the here in expression, and then we can write the float. So that is C notation. So there is no, there is no any error, but we can give the C++ notation also. There is no any error. All C data type operator, decision statement, all loops, and all program you can implement in C is a C++ also program. There is no any error. Okay, so I just, and at the last section, that is a main, and that we can define, that is object, class variable, that is known as an object, runtime entity, that is known as an object, and then we can call that dot operator. So get data, cal, and put, and clear screen and gets here, that is inbuilt function. Okay, so I think you can understand. I run last time, yes, and do the CETA, yes, any marks, and then yes, our mark sheet is print. So I hope you can understand the structure of C++. So any question, any doubt for any program of C and C++, Java, C#, ASP.NET, JSP. I'm teaching almost all language to BCS student. So I hope you can understand, and now I can close this program. Okay, close this file and complete our session. So subscribe my channel Ashok Sijana Academy, press the bell icon to never miss any update. Thanks for your watching, subscribing, and sharing my video lecture. And any doubt for any language in C or C++, Java, Python, Ruby, Android, iOS, ASP.NET, C#. So our project, if any doubt for your in project BCS 5th and 6th semester, so you can write in comment section, and also you can call me. Yes. So thanks and Hare Krishna.